When I'm in a depressed mood or when depression takes over my mind, it's like I don't want to hear anybody's voice. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'll express my emotions on Facebook, and I can talk on social network and in my mind, but I don't want to hear anybody talking to me. And it's hard because I have a child with me the whole day, and he talks a lot, and it works on my depression and my anxiety, and I struggle. And it's because the voice in my head is so loud. It's so loud that I struggle to zoom out of that voice and listen to anything else. Anything else is overbearing, where actually it's the voice that's the problem. But it's the voice in my head that helps me, because all the years when I struggled to voice what was wrong, it was me in my head talking about it. It was talking to myself. It was voicing my opinion, voicing my pain. I wrote it down. I always wrote down all my problems and issues, and I wrote poems, and I wrote dark shit. And that's why I struggle till today. That's why the voice in my head is so loud now that I don't want to hear anything else. And I know that's the problem, but I don't know how to fix it. How do you fix it? It's hard. It's not just a one-step thing. It's not like you can just wake up and feel better. It's easy for people to say it's all in the mind. Yes, yeah, it's a mental illness. Obviously, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind, and it's not in a fake way. It's not in you pretend or you make it up. It's in your mind. It is there. It is constantly in your thoughts. It is in your brain. Everybody, most women can admit and will agree that you talk a lot to yourself in your mind. It's a women thing. I'm sure men do it as well. I just don't know. They have this nut and box, so it's a bit complicated. I can't speak for them. So with women, we constantly think. When we leave the house, we think, did we lock this? Did we do that? Did we pack this? Did we put that off? It's women. It's how a woman is. Now imagine when you have a mental illness. It's those thoughts with other thoughts like you're not good enough, you'll never make it, you can't do anything right. It's that voice when someone complains or something isn't right for them or you need to change it. It's the voice the first voice in your head tells you you're a failure. That's the voice. That's what's in your head. It's not you. It's your self-esteem that has been so bad and so wrecked by life and things that has happened to you, or perhaps you were unfortunate and you're born like with a mental illness. It's possible. A lot of people are. It is an illness, like cancer, like diabetes. It is an illness, and it deserves just as much attention as all of those, because it also leads to death. It also causes death. So I think it's very important for people to start accepting that there's not just body illnesses. Your mind is far more superior than your body in a lot of ways. Your mind is very clever. So your mind can trick you very badly. And if you live with depression, it's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain it. And I feel that it's because it's so hard to explain that nobody gets it, unless they're going through the same stuff. I don't know where it came from. I always had this idea that it was because I never knew my biological father, and that my stepfather was never my real father. So that was in my head. So when I sought help after trying to commit suicide over and over again, and when my mom actually found me and tried to help me, I was looking for help. It's what I wanted. I just didn't know how to ask for it. How do you feel so ashamed? I had many boyfriends in my life. Well, that sounds bad, but I mean, I actually had 3 boyfriends that were long commitment relationships. Each of them had a problem. I'm not going to mention their names, obviously. One was a porn addict, one was an alcoholic, and the other was a drug addict. Each of them caused my depression to get worse. Each of them caused my anxiety to get worse. They broke me even more. And they told me that I was crazy or effed up or whatever they thought of my actions, because I was living with a mental illness. That worsened everything for me. it made everything worse. So I decided to keep everything inside, because if people are telling you you're effed up and crazy, you're not gonna speak to anybody. But now, when I look back, why did I never tell them that they were as well? They were not doing good things. They were not good for me. Why didn't I say that to them? They said it to me. But instead, I would crawl up into a ball and cry about it and feel effed up. Feel crazy. Feel like something is wrong with me. When in the end, it's not true. It's not true at all. They just couldn't handle my mental illness. But because I love so hard and so loyally, I love them with their issues. Till the day that I packed up my bags each time. But that's another thing with mental illness. You are so committed and loyal and loved, and we are sensitive. Yeah, fuck it, we are. I'm gonna say it, we are. And I don't care if someone says you're too sensitive. You know what? You're to this and you're to that as well. You know, everybody has something, and if I'm too sensitive, that's my shit. And I like that about me. Because why? Because if somebody is going through a very difficult time, I can be there for them in a way that you can never understand. Because I am sensitive. Because I pick up on things. Because I feel other people's emotions. I can be there for them. So don't you dare tell me that I am too sensitive. Don't dare tell any mental illness person, whatever, sufferer, what you want to call it, don't you ever tell them that they are too sensitive. You don't dare. Because I'm pretty sure they will not ever tell you what you are to this or to that of. Because it's not how they are. And that is why we get hurt. That is why we take things so hard. That is why we struggle with anxiety. I'm not blaming other people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying, if we could be more there for each other, and we can be more kind about these things, and we can just try to understand this. If you can cry about someone with cancer, or and I mean, I can as well. It is an illness, and it's sad, and it breaks my heart. You can also cry about a mental illness. It's just as heartbreaking. Somebody shooting themselves in a car all alone because they can't deal is heartbreaking. Someone shooting themselves in the head, it's heartbreaking. These things are things that happen daily. It happens to kids. Young kids are doing this. So we need to create awareness. We need to stand up and say it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not crazy. You are not effed up. You are normal. You are fine. And I'm here for you.